Hello once again, dear viewers. You're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to our news broadcast. First, a quick look at the major headlines making headlines tonight. "90 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today." Workshop on preservation of cultural heritage. Global COVID-19 cases surpass 321 million. Several dead as train derails in India. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. 90 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central, southern, northern Red Sea and Gash Barka regions. Out of these, 67 patients are from quarantine centers and testing stations in Asmara Central Region. 16 patients are from quarantine center and testing stations in the southern region. 6 patients are from quarantine center in Massawa, northern Red Sea region. The last patient is from testing station in Agordat, Gash Barka region. On the other hand, 32 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central and northern Red Sea regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 8,196, while the number of deaths stands at 85. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 8,845. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 14 January 2022. Workshop focusing on preservation of cultural heritage organized by the Department of Culture and Sport in the Central Region has been conducted on 13 and 14 January at the Asmara Municipality Hall under the theme Preserving Cultural Heritage through Coordinated Management. Mr. Andreas Asmarom, Director General of Culture and Sport in the region, said that the objective of the workshop was to develop the understanding of the public on the significance of cultural heritage, as well as to encourage experts in the field to conduct thorough and profound research so that they are properly preserved and transferred to posterity. At the workshop, research papers were presented including significance of cultural heritage and their preservation, UNESCO Convention of 2003 and its implementation in Eritrea, role of Tigray folklore in society, documentation of cultural heritage in Eritrea, Asmara World Heritage, leadership and management and cultural heritage, as well as importance of cultural institutions. The workshop was attended by experts in the field, architects, artists, linguists, as well as staff members of the Ministry of Tourism, administrations, and invited guests. At a seminar they conducted, Eritrean nationals residing in Kuwait expressed resolve to strengthen organizational capacity and participation in national affairs. Speaking at the occasion, Mr. Ahmed Yahya Hali, Charge d'Affaires at the Eritrean Embassy, gave extensive briefing on the objective situation in the homeland as well as regional developments, explaining on the external conspiracies that Eritrea has been facing aimed at disrupting the national development drives as well as the peace and cooperation prevailing in the region. Mr. Ahmed Yahya called on nationals to reinforce organization and participation in the national affairs. At the event, Ms. Aster Tesfai Barahi, with her family, contributed $15,000 in support of the activities of the Eritrean community. In related news, at a seminar Eritrean nationals in Luzern and its environs, Switzerland, conducted on 9 January, they contributed $31,700 and the National Union of Eritrean Women branch $5,100 in support of the activities of Eritrean community. Nationals in ERi and its environs, Switzerland, also contributed $52,000. Potable water supply project worth over 2 million nakfa has been put in place in Dembesalam administrative area, Aditakalezan subzone. Mr. Marcos Haile Selassie, administrator of Aditekalezan Semi-Urban Center, said the potable water project was put in place in cooperation with Water Development Department in Ansabar Region and with strong participation of the residents, including 1.2-kilometer water pipelines and water distribution center, indicating that the residents have to walk long distance to fetch water for their consumption and livestock. Mr. Marcos said that the project will have significant contribution in alleviating their problem and in saving their time. The Mbasalam administrative area is located 1 kilometer south of Aditekalezan semi-urban center and is home to about 400 people. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international news right after the short break. The global COVID-19 cases surpassed 321 million, with the death toll exceeding 5.5 million as of today. More than 264 million has recovered, according to World Meters. As of today, more than 9 billion vaccine doses have been administered across the world. The total number of confirmed cases in the United States had exceeded 65.2 million, with the death toll surpassing 869,000. India's total COVID-19 count rose to 36.5 million today, as the death toll has exceeded 485,000, according to India's health ministry. Russia reported more than 23,800 new cases in the last 24 hours period, bringing its total number of coronavirus infections to 14.7 million. At least 9 people have died and 45 others wounded as a passenger train derails in the eastern states of Jalpaiguri district in India. Rescuers have found 4 bodies overnight as they cleared the 12 mangled coaches of the train that derailed in India's West Bengal state, raising the death toll to 9. A railroad ministry spokesman said, adding that at least 45 people were injured in the accident as the coaches went off the rail and 3 collapsed. The rescue work was completed and the track was being cleared to restore train service in the region. Images from the scene after the accident showed passengers stuck in twisted metal and debris as rescuers tried to pull them out. Accidents are common on India's massive but aging railway network. Safety standards have been an ongoing concern on the state-run system, which operates 9,000 passenger train and carries about 23 million passengers every day. A remote town in Western Australia has equaled the country's hottest day on record, reporting a scorching 50.7 degrees Celsius, according to the Australian Bureau of Meteorology. The country's Climate Council warned such temperatures could become commonplace in Australia due to global warming. The coastal town of Onslow hit the blistering high yesterday afternoon. The country last recorded a temperature of 50.7 degrees Celsius on January 2, 1960, at South Australia's Oodnadatta Airport. Climate Council Research Director Dr. Martin Rice said the record was part of a long-term warming trend driven by burning of coal, oil, and gas. He said extreme temperatures were already having deadly catastrophic consequences in Australia. Australia has experienced a summer with bushfires in the country's west and deadly flooding on its eastern coast. Please stay tuned now, dear viewers, for a recap of tonight's headlines. "90 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today." Workshop on preservation of cultural heritage. Global COVID-19 cases surpass 321 million. several dead as train derails in India. And that was our news for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night from us.